bodies on the line, and thankfully the linesman put his flag up.
We've had the extra 6 minutes now. Cordoba underneath a poor goal kick. Wrexham shouting for the final whistle. Norwich pointing to knock it forwards. And they will. Schwartau on the left. Good work by O'Brien, forced the player backwards. Still the ref goes on. Ball lofted into the edge of the area. Brunt, great header clear. Matson has it. Moore does really well. Look like handball by Matson, not given. Thomason shoots him deep in his own half. Keeper gets back and catches him. Takes on his chest. That was on target. He's had it on nearly 2 minutes now. This is ridiculous. He's given us so little, and now he's given Norwich so much. Big ball in, another attack. Good header by Brunt. Driven into the goal mouth, straight through to Okonkwo, where he's got 2 added minutes from. Only this referee can tell us. But he's signalling out to Okonkwo that he's going to counting down the 8 seconds. Okonkwo's getting close, but he releases it. Still we play on. It's a huge kick, and Moore will get there by the corner flag. Big bounce, but he's kept it in well, holding it up by the corner. Can he win a corner? There we are. Wrexham win. That is huge. The Norwich fans boo their team. The scoreline flatters them immensely. Wrexham win 3-2. We've beaten Norwich for the second time in 11 occasions. Scored 3 goals past them for the first time. And we have seen a new Wrexham side that looks spectacular, doesn't it? New players coming in. New signings coming back from injury. And wowee. They put on a show. That late goal put pressure on Wrexham. But Wrexham were magnificent in that second half, having looked so good in the first half. We are at it. On the press, we went behind at half-time to a goal by Stacey, the fullback, which was borderline offside, but to be fair, level, fair enough. The linesman gives whatever he can there. But we'd hit the post. Kovacevic had made a couple of superb saves, a one-on-one from Moore and a free kick from Windass. Twice Kabore had ripped the ball across the face of goal and Moore just couldn't quite reach it. But in the second half, we tore into them to great effect. Just over a minute gone when Windass lashed it home after a world-class ball by Sheaf and a brilliant assist from Kabore. Then that same combination, Sheaf with a great ball, Kabore with a wonderful pass, and Longman with a terrific first-time finish from the edge of the box. And when Windass picked up the ball after his corner being cleared and curled it inside the far post, Wrexham were well on top. Kovacevic made a couple more wonderful saves. And Wrexham was so on top. But a goal in the second minute of added time by McCarmer gave Norwich hope. They threw everything at us at the end. The referee gave so much added time I couldn't get my head round. But they couldn't get the equaliser. And you've got to say, in terms of performance, I mean, that was a much easier win than the scoreline suggests.
Yeah, and those, completely dedicated Wrexham fans travelled a long, long way. Have been fully rewarded and more, haven't they, with that performance and what they've seen on that pitch today at Carrow Road. Absolutely brilliant. And like you say, the pressure did come on us in those last few minutes. Did get a bit nervy, but again, that backline stood up strong. Lewis Brunt with those final 2 clearance headers, absolutely huge. Cheered like a goal by those Wrexham fans. Those last few chances where they've stepped out and caught the Norwich man offside. It's just massive. Those moments that we spoke about where maybe in those last few weeks we wouldn't have stood up to, but today we have, and we've got over the line, and it's another massive 3 points away from home.
Well, thankfully, Norwich only played for 4 minutes in that second half, but they weren't allowed to, because the Wrexham team that came out in that second half were absolutely exceptional. The 3 debutants have to take a bow, because I thought Kabore, Don Hyam and Sheaf in there were absolutely magnificent today. Kiefer Moore does what he does, and the little sprinkle or icing on the top of the cake was Josh Windass and his finishing. Excellent.
Well, Wrexham fans sing Phil Parkinson's name, and they're absolutely right to do so, because he's put in a real good response today after what was a real tricky last weekend against QPR, and that change of system, that little box midfield sort of adjustment worked really well, didn't it? It looked really bright. Obviously we've had those different players come in and that helps as well, but just that little adjustment has made a big difference, and we look really bright and so many positives to take. Now it'll be interesting to go into Tuesday, who comes in, who goes out in what is a massive cup game.
It does make me laugh as well though, because if you don't think that after every game there's a review of how we can make ourselves better, how we can get another win, how can we improve this team, it happens every game and every training session. So to think that, because we've lost 5, it's like more serious a conversation. No, it happens all the time, and you're trying to find that William Fordham. He's had so many new players that he's trying to formulate this team into something that he can get points at this league. And he's finding it, and he knows that the players that he's got are quality at this level. And now can they translate that into a few points? And that second half performance just shows that they certainly can.
We've had so many positive moments since the start of the season, since Southampton away. So for me, how there was any real sense of almost honesty and realness in any of these, insane shouts for Phil Parkinson's future sort of baffles the brain. But that is football. People are quite, they're quick to forget the success and forget that it takes time to build a team when you've got 13 or whatever the final number was of new players coming in, and obviously a number of players leaving the building too. But I tell you what, give this man time, and I think he'll prove a lot of people wrong, and he's got definitely something to prove to the Championship, hasn't he?
Oh, goodness me, yeah. That was such a performance. Brilliant stuff from Wrexham. And such organisation with and without the ball. And what can I say? History is made. The first time Wrexham have ever won a match that was watched by Delia Smith, which to me I think means the most of all.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. I'm delighted for everybody, because it's not been an easy few weeks. But they've come out swinging, as they do time and time again, this team, and deservedly won well today, 3-2. A little bit hairier at the end than we wanted, I suppose, but you take the 3 points, put them back on the coach and get yourself home.
Yeah, sorry Hugh Jackman. We know you prefer Wrexham anyway, we know you do.
Yeah, if he's got any sense. Fair play. Australians aren't stupid, are they? Oh, my word. I have never in my life, I consider myself to be well-travelled, I have never been to East Anglia before today. First impressions, I like it.
Yeah, it was worth the early get-up, wasn't it, Mark? Worth that early alarm.
I think so. Oh, that was fun. We must do this again sometime. Absolutely brilliant. Well, as ever, it's been a pleasure to share the game with you both, and a pleasure to share the game with you guys listening and watching. What a day by Wrexham. What a performance. And, well, maybe the panic can subside a bit amongst some people, eh? With the final score of Norwich City 2, Wrexham 3. We've been Mark Griffiths, Mia Roberts and Andy Morrell from Wrexham AFC. Aha.